Today, we are diving into something huge, a real shift happening in the workplace. We're talking about totally reframing neurodiversity, forgetting those old, outdated ideas about deficits and instead focusing on what this really is, a giant, untapped talent pool full of people with some seriously powerful ways of thinking. But to really get a handle on the opportunity here, we first have to understand the challenge we're up against.
So let's just get real for a second. Take a look at this number. It's staggering. Research shows that a shocking 85% of autistic adults are currently unemployed. I mean, that is just an unbelievable amount of potential, of talent, being completely left on the sidelines. So what is going on here?
Is a number like that a reflection of individual limitations? Does it mean a huge chunk of the population just isn't cut out for the way we work? For decades, that's been the assumption. And frankly, it's been a really damaging one.
Or could it be something else? Could it be a failure of our super rigid, one-size-fits-all way of doing things? A crisis of imagination from employers who just aren't seeing the incredible assets standing right in front of them? Yeah, we think it's that one. The talent isn't the problem, the system is.
So here's our game plan for today. We're going to look at the sheer scale of this opportunity. We'll define what we mean by these superpowers, then we're going to jump into actual career paths, tech, creative jobs, systems-based roles, and we'll wrap up by giving you a toolkit to get started. Trust me, this is going to be an inspiring one.
All right, let's start with the big picture. Experts estimate that somewhere between 15 to 20% of the entire global population is neurodivergent. Think about that. This isn't some small niche group. It's a massive part of humanity, and every single person has a unique way of thinking, of processing, and solving problems.
Okay, now check this out because this is really interesting. The good news? The number of job postings that actually mention neurodiversity has tripled in the last 6 years. But here's the reality check. They still make up less than half of 1% of all jobs posted. This shows you the massive gap between people being aware of this and people actually doing something about it.
Okay, this is my absolute favorite part. Let's talk about superpowers. And I'm not just putting a positive spin on things here. These are genuine, high-value cognitive strengths that when you put them in the right environment can run circles around neurotypical approaches. It's all about finding the job that unlocks them.
First up, hyperfocus. This is that incredible ability to just dive into a task so completely that the rest of the world just melts away. Think of it like a turbo engine for getting things done. For complicated coding projects, deep research, or detailed creative work, this isn't just a nice skill to have, it is a total game changer.
Next, we've got pattern recognition. This is an almost sixth sense for seeing the hidden logic in what looks like chaos. In a world that is drowning in data, this is absolutely crucial. It's what lets a cybersecurity expert spot a threat in thousands of lines of code, or helps a researcher find a breakthrough connection that nobody else could see.
And then there's divergent thinking. This is the brain's amazing ability to leap from one idea to another, connecting things that seem totally unrelated to create something brand new. This is the secret sauce of innovation. It's essential for everything from starting a company to graphic design to strategic planning.
And look, this isn't just some abstract theory. This is a real comment from a real person on Reddit that brings it all back down to earth. A simple human story. You've got someone whose neurodivergence helped them build a successful, stable career in a really demanding field. This kind of thing is happening every single day.
So where do these superpowers actually shine? Well, let's start with one of the most natural fits, tech and data. These fields are practically built for systematic thinkers who love clear rules, logical puzzles, and results you can actually measure.
AI and software engineering? Yeah, they're at the top of the list, and they're projected to grow by a whopping 17% in the next decade. This is where that hyper-focused superpower becomes priceless, letting you dive deep into complex code for hours. And success here is so often boosted by things like remote work options and clear project-based tasks. Things that cut down on the noise and let you do that deep, game-changing work.
And it's a very similar story in cybersecurity. That elite-level pattern recognition becomes a company's first line of defense. Analysts have to spot tiny little oddities in massive mountains of data. With a mind-blowing 33% growth outlook, this is a field where a love for rules and routine isn't just something they put up with. It's essential for protecting our entire digital world.
But hey, it is not all about code and data. Let's switch gears and talk about careers that are all about visual thinking, creativity, and working with your hands.
These are perfect for people who think in pictures and really thrive when they can see the direct results of what they're doing.
The skilled trades, we're talking about jobs like welding, carpentry, auto repair, they are such a great fit for so many neurodivergent minds. These jobs value precision, systematic work, and really strong spatial reasoning. The work is project-based, it has a clear start and a clear finish, and you get that immense satisfaction of creating something real and useful with your own two hands.
Entrepreneurship is another amazing path. I mean, it is the ultimate way to design a work life that is perfectly suited to you. Your divergent thinking helps you spot gaps in the market nobody else sees. Your hyper-focus lets you build the solution. And then, and this is key, you can delegate all the stuff that drains your energy. It's a journey that feels like it was tailor-made for many ADHD and dyslexic brains.
Okay, for our final category, let's look at roles that require a really deep understanding of systems, whether those systems are legal, financial, or even biological. These are jobs that reward structure, empathy, and an intense focus on the details.
The paralegal role is a perfect example. You can see on this chart, it's a job where hyper-focusing on digging through documents and doing detailed legal research is a massive advantage. The trick is to find a place where the role is set up to maximize those strengths while minimizing the things that can be challenging, like navigating office politics or dealing with spontaneous client calls.
And the list just goes on and on. An accountant thrives on numbers and rules. A researcher literally gets paid to turn their special interest into a career. A teacher can use their unique empathy to connect with students who learn differently. And an animal care specialist. They often excel in a world of nonverbal cues and deep emotional connection. The opportunities are just so diverse.
So, you're probably thinking, this is all great, but how do I actually find these jobs? Because knowing is one thing, but taking action is everything. So for our final section, let's build your toolkit with some real concrete resources to help you launch that career.
Here are some fantastic places you can start looking, like today. There are specialized job boards like Inclusively and Specialistern that exist specifically to connect you with companies that get it. Big companies like Microsoft have entire hiring programs designed to find and support you. And seriously, don't ever underestimate the power of finding your community on platforms like LinkedIn or Discord for advice, support, and even job leads.
Let's end on this thought. If you take one thing away from all of this, let it be this shift in perspective. Your neurodivergent mind isn't something that needs to be fixed or hidden. It's wired differently, yes, but it is wired for brilliance. The whole journey is about finding the right place for that brilliance to shine.
So, what's your next move? The world desperately needs your unique spark. It needs your way of seeing things to help solve its biggest problems. So chase those passions, build your own path, and never ever forget the incredible value you bring to the table. I would love to know, what's your dream job? Drop it in the comments below, and hey, subscribe for more explainers just like this one.